Welcome back to Kelowna for the second game of today. We're in the Memorial Center here in beautiful Kelowna, British Columbia. The Richmond Ravens are going to be taking on the Northern Capitals as the players make their way to center ice. Well, it looks like we're going to do a national anthem, which is great for the kids.
Welcome to Memorial Weekend Saturday Night Hockey. If you can, please stand. Kindly remove your hats, jutes, and join me in our national anthem. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
And after that spirited rendition of the Canadian national anthem, the players will put their helmets back on and we'll get to business here.
Let's go, Ravens. Let's go.
All right, looks like we're getting set to get started. Looks like we're going to have McDonald out start for the face-off. She's got Sear and Sear with Miguel with her, and on the right side is Nishi on D. Play goes to the wall as the Ravens win it. They're going to chip it in on the Capitals, and the Capitals retreat back below the goal line to pick it up behind the net. Ravens all over them. Ravens now battling for it behind the line. Now it comes over to the near side for McDonald. McDonald tries to put it back in deep, but now it's going to come back to the blue line. Sear with it. She chips it in down low from behind the net. The Ravens are going to take a hit. Play continues as the play goes around to the far side. Nishi jumps on the play. She's able to slow it down. Now it's going to get out to the neutral zone where the Capitals lose their footing on that blue line, but get it through and into the Ravens' end. Sear with it on her stick. Sear is going to try and pass it out. Now attempted pass into the middle ends up on a black jersey. And the Capitals fire it deep. The Ravens in after it. Play into the corner, and now it comes out to the top of the circle, squirts its way into the middle on the McDonald's stick. McDonald off the wall and down the ice as the Ravens go for a change. The Capitals pick it up. They're going to go up the far side onto Callie Karen's stick. She walks into a scoring position, shoots it high. Babcock makes the save. The puck comes down in front of her, and she holds on to that one for a stoppage in play. 18:44 remaining in the first period. We're tied at 0. Hernandez to take the face-off for the Richmond Ravens. Puck is dropped. Face-off one back to the D there. Capitals try to put it down the near side. Macy's the first one there. Macy forces it around the far side. Cabana chips it. Now she's off to the races. Cabana unable to get there first as the Capitals are able to get it back out to the neutral zone. The Ravens come across the center line and then fire it deep into the Capital zone. The Capitals now try to get it out onto Macy's stick and now down the near side. With some speed, it comes down the near side. A shot right on, saved by Babcock, who holds onto that one with 18:13 remaining in the first period. 0-0 is the score. Face-off will be the right side of Babcock. Ravens are changing up their forward line. The Trans hit the ice with Wing on the wing. Maid makes her way back to the D line. Now there's a conversation happening. Puck is dropped before the players are set, so it stops again. Now another conversation continues here as the assistant captain for the Ravens is asking for some clarity around a play or that happened on the ice. All right, they're happy with the answer they've got there. Tran in to pick it up. Face off won by Tran, back to Hamid. Hamid over to the near side for Macy. Macy up the ice looking for Wing. Wing. She's going to backhand it to the middle, and it goes in behind Tran and down into the Capital zone. Play bounces around. Tran gets it in deep, and now she goes put Chase on after it with a little bit of a push on the puck there. It gets out to the face-off dot before it hits the top of the circle and into the neutral zone. Two Capitals are coming in on Macy. Capitals to the outside, cutting to the net. Now a shot high over the net. You're going to shoot it high, you might as well shoot it wide, and it makes its way down into the neutral zone before it's turned back by the Capitals. Macy with it on her stick. She's going to go out the far side with it. Comes back to the blue line and into the Capital zone. Capitals have it on their stick now, and they're going to pass it forward on the near side. Wing gets underneath her and back into the Capitals end, or the Ravens end. Morin goes across ice and now up for Tran. She's unable to handle that one cleanly, and it gets back out into the neutral zone. Ravens have to touch up, and now Wing brings it in. A stick check on her, but the play continues near side. Now it goes out to the middle and down the ice on the far side. Ravens have to be careful there as Miguel is just getting off the bench. But she gets it deep without getting a penalty, and now the Capitals have it down in their own zone. Wing, Miguel putting pressure on there, puts it back towards the net now. The puck goes into the corner and now over to the far side. Miguel in after it. She gets some help there from Kay as the play comes out to the top of the circles. The Ravens hold it in. A weak shot towards the net. It bounces its way onto the defenseman, and now Miguel in after it. Miguel back to the blue line. Morin unable to handle that one cleanly. Now it goes underneath the skate of the Capitals as they work their way in onto the Ravens zone. It's chipped out front from behind the goal line and goes all the way through the house and over to the near side out of harm's way. Now the play comes back up ice. Ravens go off the wall and it bounces its way off to the middle for Kay. Kay unable to handle it, and now she's going to be offside. I think it's going to be the call as Kay was unable to get back onside before the puck got over there. So a stoppage in play with 16:09 remaining in the first period. Play comes just outside the Capital zone. Out to take the face off is going to be, I think that's Sear. Or, pardon me, Hernandez. Hernandez wins it forward. McDonald steps in on it. Hernandez picks it up. Now she's unable to get a shot off as the stick is checked. Puck comes up ice. Ravens step up on that one, and now it's played forward again. A drop to Karen. Karen takes it down the right side. Ravens, Hernandez has it on her stick. She puts it in behind the net for Sear. Sear comes up ice looking for Cabana. Cabana off the wall, but unable to get it past the whole waiting defender. It comes back deep into the Raven zone. They're going to get a stick on that one. Now walking the blue line is the Capitals. They shoot it right on. Babcock gloves it down and then sticks it away as the puck comes back out to the neutral zone. Play continues. Ravens get it on their stick and put it into the Capital zone as they're in mid-change, and now the Capitals walk in with it. They cut to the outside and a shot high over the net. It comes out to the near side. Now from the near side, around behind it bounces. It's put to the outside, and Kay puts some pressure on there. She gets it out to the neutral zone where it comes back across the neutral zone and over to the far side. Sears going to get a stick on that. She gets it back out to the neutral zone. Now it comes back over to the Ravens defender who puts it up ice, and I think we're going to have icing on is the call on the play, and the play stops with 14:53 remaining in the first period. 0-0 is the score. Tran Wing and Basket out there, so Tran and Basket. Puck is dropped, face off won by the Ravens. They're going to get it forward, but it's going to end up hitting the stick of one of the defenders for the Capitals, and now the puck bounces around in the outside there in the Ravens zone. Ravens unable to get it forward as it ends up on the stick of a Capital defender. She gets it to the near side, and now the Ravens turn it back into the corner. Puck goes out to the blue line where it's held and put back deep, and now it's on the stick of the Ravens. They're going to fire it down ice, and I think they're going to say no ice on that one as Basquette steps in. Basquette tries to backhand it towards the net, but it's stopped by the defender, and now it comes up the near side, put back deep. Play continues as it gets onto the Capital stick. She goes around Macy and now works her way out into the neutral zone. From the neutral zone, shot right on, saved by Babcock. Over to Macy, picks it up. Macy being watched. She doubles it back to near side, and now for a bit of a hit there, the play continues. Now shot short side, rebound picked up by Tran and carried to the outside. A good defensive play by Tran. Now a shot goes wide of the net, over to the far side, held in on the Macy stick now. Macy being watched with a little bit of a toe drag. She's going to cut in behind her own net. Macy puts it around to the near side looking for a defensive partner. Now over, drops it back for Wing. Wing steps in. Now the play back for Macy over the far side. Macy's going to chip it up ice. It gets out to the neutral zone where the Capitals are now going to have to touch up. They put it back in for Macy. Macy with a little bit of room looking for an outlet pass. She's going to fire it down ice and try to put it on net. No ice on the play as the goaltender is going to register a shot on goal there. And we have the play continue. Now comes out in the neutral zone. Now turn back. Ravens fire it in deep and give chase. From behind the net. Capitals have it. They get stick checked. Ravens now with it. Ravens from the near side. Chip it forward. It comes through the blue paint and now right on and right in. As the puck bounces around and Sear gets it on her stick and puts it underneath the goaltender who is trying to move left to right. Sorry, right to left. Doesn't get there quick enough. We have 12 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the first period. 1-0 is the score in favor of the Richmond Ravens. Sear to take the face off for the Ravens. She wins that one cleanly. Gets some help there from Tran. Tran runs into David. David now on her stick. Comes back to Hamid over for Kay. Kay tries to backhand. Now it gets fired into the Ravens zone over to the far side for David. David on her stick puts it out to the neutral zone. It gets into the feet of one of the Capitals, and now the Ravens, and they get it down into the Capital zone. The Capitals are going to have to retreat back in their own zone as they're being watched by the Ravens. Morin in after it. Morin is going to cut in behind her own net. Ravens are on a change. Morin stops up, and now she's going to get chased out. Her pass just in front of the waiting Raven forward. And now the play comes all the way down to the Capitals end. Miguel down below us here. Now puts a great pass out for McDonald. McDonald gets it back. McDonald walking to a shooting position. It goes off the connector and out of play. As McDonald was picking a corner and got the wrong side of the net. 11:57 remains in the first period. 1-0 is the score in favor of the Richmond Ravens. Face-off is going to be the left side of the Capitals goaltender. Miguel in to take the face-off. She's got Cabana and McDonald with her, with Nishi back on D. It goes over to the defender, Sear, who puts it forward for Cabana. Cabana just chips it around looking for McDonald. McDonald picks it up, and now she's going to, when she loses a handle on it, she might pass it back to the blue line. Now she's just going to kick it forward, put it out front. It goes to the side of the net, and the goaltender's going to drop on top of that one. We're going to stop at your play with 11 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first period. 1-0 is the score. Play continues as the puck bounces around. Now goes back deep. Miguel in after it. Miguel from the side of the net. Battling two Capitals. Puck goes back in underneath some feet. Now onto a Capital stick. It goes down the other side. Stepping up on that is Sear. She's going to fire it back deep. It's going to come all the way around to the near side. Capitals have it on their stick. They chip forward. Ends up converting. And now they get it out into the neutral zone where Nishi's going to fire it back deep. Capitals in behind the net. They go over to the far side. They get it out. Now chip it back in behind their own goal line. Hernandez in after it. She wins the battle, but nobody there for the Ravens to pick it up. Get some help there, but now it comes out to the top of the circles. Fired in down low. The Ravens are now going to work it down low. Basket tries to get it back to the blue line. Hernandez with it. She puts it towards the net, hits a skate, goes wide. Now the play continues over the far side. Hernandez back to the blue line. A shot from the blue line goes in the back of the net. A well-placed shot just picks far post and in, right on the ice level. And we are ahead by 2. 2-0 is the score with 10 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in the first period. Goaltender for the Capitals knocks her own net off, so we'll have to see if they're going to go ahead and put it back on for her. They drop the puck, but the Capital goaltender's resetting her own net after she gets upset with herself on that last goal. All right, it looks like it's set on its mooring, so whistle goes. We're ready to get started. Face-off won cleanly by the Ravens. It goes to Macy. Macy is going to put it up the near side for Basquette. It gets past her and now bounces up off the wall. Capitals with a little bit of speed. Now they put it towards the net. It rolls wide. Maid's going to pick that up. Maid with some room. Passes it off the wall looking for Basquette. Basquette battles it off. Now she puts it out to the middle and through the neutral zone. Play continues over on the far side. Comes the wing. Wing with it. Wing gets stick checked there. Capitals through their own zone, off the wall and back out to the middle. Capitals down the near side. Shot towards the net. Blocked there by Macy. It goes into the corner, and the Ravens are now going to eat it in the corner. The play stays alive as the puck gets in some feet. There's a pile of bodies there, and it gets out to the neutral zone onto the stick of one of the Capitals defenders. She goes across ice for her D partner, and now it gets fired in. Macy back after it as the Capitals are on a change. There's a long lead pass, and it's going to be just off the target as the whistle goes, and we have icing on the play. Face-off will come down into the Raven zone to the left side of Babcock with 9:26 remaining in the first period. Trying to take the face-off to the left side of Babcock. Puck is dropped. Tran wins that one cleanly. Warren with it. She's going to headman it over to the far side. Puck goes forward and now around the defender as Tran gets a stick on it. Tran putting pressure on. She gets some support there. Now comes right to the net for Kay. Kay puts it. Very, very steep shot looking for a top corner. Ends up going high out of play. Play's going to stay inside the zone. It's the face-off will be to the left side of the right side of the goaltender. Trying to take the face-off. Puck is dropped. It goes to the wall and into the corner. From the corner, they fire it around to the far side. David steps up on that play, ends up on the stick of one of the Capitals, and they're going to get out to the neutral zone. Morin with a little stab at it to keep the play alive, and now Tran with it. Tran cuts to the outside. Now she works her way to the inside. She loses her footing. The play continues. Now we have a penalty called. It's going to be tripping. It's going to be against the Capitals. As Tran draws that penalty, cutting to the middle of the ice, and the Ravens go to the power play. We have 8:52 remaining in the first period. 2-0 is the score in favor of the Richmond Ravens. Face off to the left side of the goaltender for the Capitals. Miguel will take the face off. She's got McDonald and Sear with her right on the McDonald stick. She shoots it just on the net. The goaltender makes the save. Ravens able to hold it in on the clearing attempt. As Sear puts it back deep. Now from behind the net, Sear goes to back to the blue line. It comes across to Sear on the near side. The Sear sister puts it back over to the far side. Now a shot right on and it's in the net. Is it shot from the blue line? Finds the back of the net from Nishi. She made no mistake there. Ravens capitalize on that power play as we're sitting 3-0 with 8:33 remaining in the first period. Miguel out for the face-off for the Ravens. Puck is dropped. It comes over to McDonald, just hops on her, and now Morin is going to carry it. Morin loses the handle on it. Now the Capitals, Karen comes in. Karen with a shot, saved by Babcock, goes underneath her. She makes a save and holds on to that. Now she's having conversations with Babcock. Ex-teammates from a long time ago. They're going to have a bit of a gab session down there while we wait for them to find the puck underneath the Babcock. Puck is dropped, face off one to the wall, and now stepping up on it is the Ravens. Ravens unable to clear it out. Now Morin steps on it. She's just going to fire it up off the glass and out of play as she had to chip it out of the way. 8:14 remains in the first period. Ravens ahead by 3. Face off to the left side of Babcock. Play continues now as the puck works its way along the wall on the top of the circle there on the near side. Good battle for it, and the Ravens are able to kick it forward and out to the blue line before it gets turned back. It bounces around a couple of times and makes its way back into the corner. Play is reversed over to the near side as they're looking for some open ice and find it out into the neutral zone. The puck comes. Basquet puts some pressure on. It ends up on Basquet's staff. Basquet with a partial break. She shoots it just wide on the far side. Now Hernandez from behind the net. Hernandez being watched. She's going to get manhandled a little bit there. The Capital player has to be careful of a hold. Walking with it is David. David back into the corner. From behind the net, Cabana's going to stuff it. Cabana finds a post on the far side on the wraparound to complete the wraparound. The Ravens now 4-0 with 7:26 remaining in the first period. Timeout called by the Capitals coach as he's trying to help them solve the Ravens forwards. All right, the whistle goes, signaling that the timeout is over as the ref lines the girls up. Hernandez out to take the face off. She wins up. Oh, sorry. It gets into the feet now with some help. The Capitals pull it back out. Play comes across the ice, and now the Capitals have it. Capitals come in 2-on-2 with a backhand chip shot to the wall. Ravens get it on the near side, but not out. Now a good pick there by Cabanas. Cabanas going to come up ice with it. Cabana unable to handle it cleanly. Now it comes back out to the neutral zone and into the front of the Ravens bench. Nishi being watched. She's going to take a couple of hits there, but holds it in. Now it gets on into the Ravens zone. Ravens unable to take advantage of it now. Dangerous play there. The shot gets right on. Babcock, who makes no mistake to hold on to that one. We got 6:46 remaining in the first period. Face-off's going to be the right side of Babcock. The Tran sisters out with wing to take the face-off here. Face-off one back to the blue line, chipped in deep by the Capitals. It goes around behind the net, looking for Hamid not able to get it around to the near side, and now the play continues into the neutral zone. A quick move there, and Karen puts herself offside as play goes along the blue line. It's always tough when you deke once or twice at the blue line to stay onside, and The Ravens did a great job to put pressure on the puck carrier. Face off won by the Ravens. It gets through the two forwards and now directed towards the net, just over to the corner on the near side, and now back out to the blue line. It's held briefly. Now goes high in the air and bounces in on net. Babcock's going to hold on to that one as the Ravens regroup. Face off to be the left side of Babcock. Trying to take the face off. Puck is dropped. Face off one cleanly and a shot towards the net. Babcock's going to hold on to that one. Now the Capitals are going to change up their D-line. Ravens win that one cleanly. They're going to carry it behind their own net. Now a pass forward and they complete their breakout. Play gets turned back. The Capitals have to touch up. Hamid with it. Hamid doubles back as she's being watched. Ravens unable to get a stick on that one. The first one there is a Capital. It's going to get centered right through the house. Now the Capitals on the far side have it. Macy from behind the net. She's unable to handle that one cleanly. Now Tran has it. Tran comes across the ice on the near side, just missing her sister, who's streaking up with it. Puck comes on to Wing stick. Wing carries it in. Wing comes to the middle with it. Wing with a shot. Just over the net. Now the puck comes on a Tran stick. Tran shoots it just wide. It goes over for Wing in the corner. Wing puts some pressure on, and now the Capitals bring it around the near side. From the near side, it goes out to the neutral zone where David stops it briefly, and now coming back, Tran gets a stick on that to make sure it gets in behind the Ravens net. Play comes back out to the wall. First one on it is a Capital. She shoots it at the net wide, and it comes over to the near side. From behind then, or deep in the corner, they try to get it back out to the blue line, and now Tran has it. Tran goes off the wall, and now it comes down into the Capital zone. Capitals get turned back by Tran. She loses her footing and leaves that for Tran. Tran walking in with a shot. It goes off the connector, far side, and out. Now Morin fans on her shot from the blue line. Now gets put out to the middle for Sear. Sear puts it towards the net, hits a body in front, and now the Capitals come back the other way. Capitals get stopped at their side of center before they get control of it again and carry it in. Play continues. The puck goes over to the far side. David's going to be the first one there for the Ravens. David with a couple of moves now gets it out to the neutral zone. Picked up there by the Capitals. Capitals there with a passing play to get it forward. Ends up on the stick of Boys. But the Capitals able to get, or the Ravens able to get it at the outside. Miguel with it. Miguel, she's going to pass it forward. It's touched there by Kay. Kay unable to handle it cleanly. They're saying no ice on the play though. As the puck stops up, and now Capitals have it behind their own goal line. Their stretch pass gets stopped, and now the Capitals are going to carry it up ice. Capitals are going to cut to the outside. They come in 3-on-2. Great poke check there by the Ravens defender, and now she clears it out to the neutral zone. Play continues along the benches as Sear just opts to chip it in and go for a change. From behind the net, the Capitals come up the near side with it. Now a quick move brings it out to the top of the circles and into the neutral zone. There's going to be a race for it as the Capitals pick it up. Nishi holds on to it. Now she turns it back the other way. Capitals off the bench are going to come out into the Ravens zone with it. Ravens turn them back into the neutral zone. The puck comes. Capitals in their own zone. Play goes back the other way. Capitals, Ravens read that, walking in with a shot saved by the goaltender. Now the Ravens work it down low on the McDonald stick. She takes a shot. It's blocked. Now the Capitals coming back down the other way. We got 2-on-2 as their Capitals with some speed work their way in. A quick move there. Now she works to the net. Babcock makes this initial save and now covers up and gets the whistle. As Karen puts on some moves out there to try and walk around the defenders. 2 minutes and 50 seconds remains in the first period. Ravens ahead 4-0. Fernandez take the face off. Puck goes to the corner as Fernandez wins that one cleanly from behind the net. Macy gets stopped up. Macy reverses the play looking for Hamid. Hamid leaves that forward. Now the Ravens get it up and not out of the zone. turning right in the high slot. The Ravens are able to slow down the attacking player. They get a shot away, and Babcock makes a save. The Ravens able to clear it out. Now Hernandez is going to put some pressure on. Hernandez comes out with the puck. Hernandez now cutting to the net. On her backhand, she has lots of patience. She puts the puck behind the net, though, as she tries to wait the goalie out. Now the play comes over to the near or far side of the net, out to the top of the circle, and the Ravens hold it in briefly. It comes back out to the top of the circle. Ravens still on their stick. Hernandez with it. She passes it forward looking for Basquet. Back to Hernandez. Over for Basquet behind the net as they work it down low. Now the play all the way out to the blue line. It comes over to the near side, and there's a shot block as the Capitals come out with it. Capitals cut to the outside. And now a shot right on, saved by Babcock, who covers that one as the Capitals were right on the doorstep. 1:42 remaining in the first period. 4-0 is the score in favor of the Ravens. Face-off's going to be the right side. Capitals win the face-off. The fan on the shot there the first one was blocked. Fan on the second one, but they get it back deep. Morin is able to pick it up as the Capitals are offside. Morin carries it up the near side. Now she cuts to the middle. She had stopped, but the Ravens are going to get it deep. They catch up, and away we go here. I was saying they did not catch up, so delayed offside call the other way, and the play continues. Now they're onside. Play gets out to the neutral zone, on to Tran's stick. Tran just below us here. Goes off the one player, and now Tran fights off a check, loses her footing, but gets the puck over to her sister. Her sister now working from behind the net. She's going to step out front. Tran now back to the blue line for Morin. Morin shoots it towards the net. It's tipped, hits a body. Now backhand. Blocker saved by the goaltender over top of the net as the Ravens put pressure on. Puck on the near side, down in the corner. Wing with it. She puts it right out front. Tran unable to capitalize on that one. Now it comes around to the near side from the far side as the Ravens start their change. Wing with it. Wing battles off a stick check and now drops it there in the corner for Sear. Now Wing has it. Wing with the button hook puts it back towards the net. Sear unable to get a stick on that one as she had her stick checked. Play continues as Miguel goes to put pressure on. Now comes back to Morin at the blue line. Morin, she's going to shoot it through traffic. It hits a body, and now out to the high slot where it's picked up by Miguel. Miguel with it. Miguel skates to the corner. She gets her stick checked, and now the Capitals get it out to the blue line. It's held there by the Ravens, and that's going to do it for the first period. Ravens come out of the first period 4-0. It's time for the coaches to go to work. That's on goal to this point are 10 for the Ravens, 11 for the Capitals. Welcome back as we get set to start the second period here at the Memorial Arena in Kelowna, British Columbia. Players will make their way down to their respective ends of the ice as Babcock heads down to the wrong end. It's a long change in the second period. McDonald, Sear, Nishi, and Miguel out there for the Ravens to start this second period. Face-off won by the Ravens. They chip it over to the near side. It ends up on the stick of one of the Capitals. They're going to fire it in deep. Babcock comes out to stop that up and leave it for Nishi. Nishi's going to backhand it behind the net. Goes over to the corner. Now the Capitals try to go back to the blue line. With a couple of moves, they're going to walk to the middle. And now it comes over to the defender. Ravens able to get it to the blue line before it's fired back deep. Now on the stick of Hernandez, she puts it over to the far side. Now gets to the blue line where the Capitals get control of it. Miguel with it. Miguel for McDonald. McDonald walks in. She's got one player to get around. She works her way to the net. Now she's going to front in the back of the net. McDonald with a strong play there to push the defender to the outside. I think they call that a power forward move. 19-18 remains in the second period. Ravens now 5-0. Hernandez have to take the face-off for the Ravens. Face-off won by the Ravens. Oh, no, by the Capitals. Capitals put it back in their own zone. Cabana over for Hernandez. And Hernandez back for Cabana. Back to Nishi at the blue line. Nishi holds it briefly before the Capitals get control of it. Capitals down the near side. Basquette stays with her. Now she fights off that. A shot high over the net. Goes over to the far sides. Sear tries to chip it forward. She gets some help from Hernandez and puts it around to the near side looking for Cabana. Cabana runs into a black jersey on the near side. Now goes for Sear. Sear from behind her own net. Up the wall. It bounces and gets out of the zone, so the Capitals have to catch up. Ravens get it out to the neutral zone before it goes back into the Ravens zone. Nishi. She's going to stop up and she has a little bit of room. She finds Cabana. Cabana is going to skate up the near side. Now she's just going to hit center ice and chip it in. She's going to go over for a change. From behind the net, Capitals have it. They get Ravens now with it. The shot right on, saved by the goaltender, puts it over to the corner. Capitals with it. They go up off the wall. They meet a maid who steps up on that one and holds the play in. Play continues in behind the net. Now over to the wall. Basquette puts it towards the net. Onto the stick of one of the Capitals, and now it comes over to the near side. Out to Hamid. It hops on her. Hamid turns and fires it up ice. I think it hit a body. Now they're saying icing on the play. No ice. It gets waved off. Play comes back into the neutral zone where Macy has it. Macy drops it for Hamid. Hamid, cross ice. Pass just behind the player, and now Macy's going to retreat back in her own zone. Macy from behind the net. Her pass goes up to the near side. Now the Ravens looking for their breakout. Tran, unable to kick it forward to herself, goes off the wall and now on the Macy stick. Macy reverses the play, but she has pressure on her. Now Tran with it. Tran, she's going to work her way through the neutral zone. Now Tran cuts to the outside. Tran takes a hit, but carries the puck. Now back to the blue line. From the blue line, there's a shot by David, just wide of the net. Puck gets fired down ice, and I think that's going to be enough for ice. It's going to slow up as David's going to pick it up. Snow on the ice. David walks her way up. And David's just going to go for a skate. David cutting to the outside with a chip in the chase. She carries it in deep. David looking for some help now from behind the net. Now David puts it out front, and it comes to the side of the net where the goaltender holds onto that one and freezes up the play, and we get a stoppage with 16:38 remaining in the second period. Ravens ahead by 5. Miguel out to take the face-off for the Ravens. Puck is dropped. It comes back to the top of the circles where it's picked up by Karen. Karen's going to carry it in to the outside. Ravens put pressure on her. She backhands it in behind the net. Now it comes back in behind the net over to the side of the net where the Ravens get control of it. Now Sear tries to go up ice with it. Ends up on the stick of Miguel, who protects the puck, and now she's away with it. Miguel down the near side. She gets angled to the outside. Sear comes in to help her out. Play continues. Puck into the corner. Now back to the blue line where Sear steps up. She seals off the wall for her sister, and now her sister's going to carry it in behind the net. Back to the blue line across the seam as the Ravens now have to retreat back. Shot towards the net, stopped by the defender, and now passed forward, and the Ravens are away. Hernandez with lots of ice there. Hernandez cuts to the outside, now a shot just wide of the net. Nishi has to step up quickly as it was making its way back out to the neutral zone, and the puck goes back in behind the Capitals goal line. From behind the net, the puck gets knocked off by the Capitals defender, and the play will stop. The net, as they put the net back on. A little tongue twister there. At any rate, we get a stoppage in play. It's going to be to the right side of the goaltender. With 15:27 remaining in the second period, 5-0 is the score, and Hernandez is out to take the face off. The puck is dropped. Hernandez wins that one cleanly back. There's a shot towards the net, hits a body in front, goes into the corner. Hernandez is the first one in there for a Raven. She needs some help, though, as there's some pressure on her. Now Hernandez is going to slow it down before it gets in behind the net and over to the near side. Capitals have it. They're going to reverse the play back into the pile of Ravens. The Ravens step up now and shoot it towards the net. Now McDonald puts it towards the net. It bounces around in the blue paint. Ravens have their stick checks. They're unable to get a shot off, but it stays out. Now the play comes down ice. Sear with it. Sear battles off the check. Now she carries it and leaves it for Hernandez. Hernandez tries to go through the one player, the Capital player. Now it ends up on the Capital stick. Capitals are going to cut over to the far side as they walk their way in. Capitals into a shooting position with a shot towards the net, and it goes off the stick of the defender. High out of play. 14:33 remains in the second period. Face-off will be to the left side of Babcock as the players look to line up. Tran makes her way to the face-off dot. Puck is dropped as it gets onto the Capital stick. They try to walk it into the zone, but Ravens keep them to the outside. Now on the wing stick, Wing. She gets enough on it to get over to the corner on the wall on this side. Now comes back around to the far side. Chip forward for Wing. Wing gets it down the ice and into the neutral zone. Play comes back out into the Ravens' end now. Macy's going to get it. Macy retreats back in behind her net as she's being pressured. Now the Ravens complete their breakout as Tran has it. Tran fighting off a check, works her way to the net, goes shot right on. The defender for the Capitals runs their goalie over. Ravens unable to capitalize on that, though. From behind the net, the play continues. It works its way down to the near side, now out to the point where Basquette holds it in. There's a shot directed towards the net by Basquette. It ends up on the stick of one of the Capitals, and the Ravens hold it on. Well, as you said, they did not hold it in, as Tran is offside. We get the stoppage in play with 13:36 remaining in the second period. Now, there'll be a flood here on the low side of the 10-minute line in the middle of this second period. So here, take the face-off won by the Capitals. They're going to put it forward. Ends up on the stick of Warren. Ravens get back to help out their defenders. Now the puck put in behind the Babcock's goal line. It goes over to the far side. Now the reverse play ends up on the stick of Sears. She's going to skate up ice. Her pass forward ends up on Kay. Kay's going to walk her way in. A shot, short side save. Rebound gets underneath the goaltender who made the save. There was room there, but I think she got it off of her pads while she was diving across the net for it. 13:06 remains in the second period. Score is 5-0. Sear takes the face off. Puck is dropped. Face off one to the wall by the Capitals. Now from behind the net, they battle with the Ravens for the control of it. They end up putting it back behind their own net as the Ravens put some pressure on that wall. Now it comes back to the blue line where Morin takes a shot. It goes off a body and into the corner. Now reversed on the play. The Capitals looking to get their breakout working up. Ravens put some pressure on there. And now the Capitals on the near side looking to pass it forward. And now their breakout converts as they work their way up ice. They're going to go around the far side. The Ravens put lots of pressure on a drop play there. Now it goes out to the middle. Ravens unable to get on that puck as it comes over in behind the net. Now Morin with it. Morin, she's got sealed off. We have a delayed call coming up against the Capitals as Babcock makes her way to the bench. And now the Ravens pass forward is going to be icing on the play, I think. No ice. So play continues until the Capitals get control of it. Now they get control of it and we get a whistle as Ravens go to the power play with 12:04 remaining in the second period. 5-0 is the score. The face-off will be deep in the Capital zone. I see David and Morin as the defenders out there. They might be making a change there. Yeah. We have Sear and Nishi as the defenders for this power play unit. Miguel, Cabana, and McDonald are our forward line. A little conversation with Miguel over to Nishi. Puck is dropped. Face off won by the Ravens, but the Capitals are able to get a stick on it. Sear with it on her stick. Sear comes across ice with it on the McDonald stick. McDonald finds some open ice on the far side. She walks in to set it up. Now the Ravens with a, I think, double team shot between Miguel and McDonald. Put it on net, saved by the goaltender. 15 seconds ticks off the clock for the power play unit. We have 1:44 remaining in the power play. Miguel steps up to take the face off. Puck is dropped. Face off comes to the wall. Nishi steps up, keeps it down low. Now onto Miguel's stick. Miguel's going to fight off a check. Now Miguel from behind the net. Miguel walks her way back over to the far side. Now Miguel puts it across behind the net. Cabana with it. Cabana shoots it towards the net. It bounces in behind the net. Now back to Cabana's stick. Cabana back to the blue line for Nishi. Nishi with a shot. Tipped up in the air and out of harm's way as the Capitals put it down ice. Babcock's going to hold on to that one as the Capitals are putting pressure on, and the face-off will end up deep in the Ravens zone. 1:08 remains in the power play for the Richmond Ravens. We have the wing made basket, Tran, and Hernandez out there for the Richmond Ravens. Puck is dropped, won by the Ravens. They're going to carry it in behind the net. That's Macy with it. Macy drops back as she's looking for the breakout to happen. Carried now. The Ravens pass it forward just in front of Wing. They're saying a touch and there's no ice on the play. He gets fired up the wall. Hamid holds the blue. Hernandez with it in her feet. Hernandez backhands it back to the blue line. Walking the blue line is Hamid. Hamid near side for Hernandez. Hernandez. She's going to double back for Hamid. Hamid. She passes it across. Now pass the near side shot just wide of the net by Hernandez. Play comes back to the blue line. Held there by Macy. Now Macy past the toe drag. She gets away with it there. Now a shot from the slot ends up hitting the body in front and onto the stick of one of the Capitals. Macy gets it now. Capitals looking for a change. Macy's going to go for a skate. Her stretch pass for Wing. Wing carries it in. Wing still with it on her stick. Wing back off the wall looking for Macy. Macy back for Wing. Wing with it in the corner. Wing walks out. Wing with a pass into the slot. That ends up going to the outside. Now the penalized player comes out and we have a 2-on-2 the other way. Capitals with it. Capitals now hold it. They put it over for Basquette, who reads the play perfectly. Now it comes back for Wing as she hits a body on her pass. Wing doubles back and now passes it over to the other side for Macy with a saucer pass for Hernandez gets behind her. It doesn't have enough to get out of the zone or get to the end of the ice, so there's no icing on the play. Play continues in the neutral zone, now on the stick of the Capitals, and the Capitals work their way in with it. Capitals to the outside, now a shot saved by Babcock. She's going to hold on to that. We should have a stoppage in play for a nice clean. So it'll be about 10 minutes if you can join us then. Welcome back as we get set to start the second half of the game here. Ravens right now 5-0 with 9:22 remaining in the second period. We just finished this ice clean. They're waiting for the water to freeze on the ice. Ravens make their way to the bench. We get set up, ready to go here. Yeah, go ahead. To the left side of Babcock, coaches get their players on the ice, taking the face-off for the Ravens. It was Miguel. She won it to the wall and gets back to the blue line before it's held there by the Capitals. The Ravens with a pitchfork to get it out of the zone, and now it gets out to the center ice where Miguel picks it up. Miguel cuts to the outside on the clean ice. Miguel with it. She drops it for McDonald. McDonald with a shot towards the net, just wide as it misses the far corner. Play reversed back by the Ravens. McDonald steps in to pick it up. Now onto the stick of the Ravens. They fan on their shot. I think that was Sear. Ravens make sure that outlet pass doesn't get through as David steps up on it. Now the Capitals up off the wall. David holds it in. On to Miguel's stick. Miguel forward for Captain McDonald, who goes over the goaltender on the glove side. She picks that top corner, and the Ravens extend their lead by another. It's 6-0 in favor of the Richmond Ravens. A couple of really lucky bounces, but they say that you have to work hard to get lucky. And the puck ends up on McDonald's stick. Sear out to take the face off for the Ravens. That's Fernandez out to take the face off for the Ravens. Cabana on one side and Hernandez on the other. There's a bit of a conversation happening with the ref and the coach for the Capitals, and now we get started. Puck is pushed forward, up into the air. Cabana's going to pick it up. Cabana out to the outside now. Cabana, she carries it deep and drops it back for Hernandez. Hernandez carries it into traffic from behind the net. Hernandez now loses a handle on it as the Capitals chip it over into the corner on the near side. Now from the near side, the Capitals come up ice with it. Play goes across the Raven zone and in behind their goal line. Sear is the first one there. Sear, she's going to cut to the middle now. Sear finds some open ice as she works her way up. Now Sear with a chip to the outside. She cuts to the middle and now picks it up. Sear drops it back for Hernandez. Hernandez is going to go back to the blue line. Cabana steps up as she's playing that D position right now, as Sear was deep, and now the Caps have it over on the far side. Hernandez tries to center it. That ends up on the stick of a Capital. Now the Capitals come out to the neutral zone on the far side. Capitals now cut to the middle. They're offside as the Ravens put pressure on at the blue line to cause a bit of a puck handle, slow down the Capitals player. So the clock continues to run after the whistle now, as there's a 6-goal differential here. Out to take the face-off for the Ravens is Tran. Puck drop. Face-off won by the Capitals. Ravens, though, force it in. Tran over for Wing. Wing on the short side with a shot right on, saved by the goaltender. Rebound cleared to the corner by the Capitals defender, and now the Capitals come down ice with it. Capitals 2-on-2 as they work their way into the zone. A shot right on, saved by Babcock, who covers up that puck. And we get a stoppage in play with, the clock still goes. We do get a stoppage in play with roughly 6 minutes remaining in the second period. Tran out to take the face-off. Face-off won by Tran over to the wall. made in the battle for it. Coming out with it as a capital. She tries to wrap it on Babcock. Babcock has nothing to do with that. She kicks it to the outside. Now the puck goes up off the wall and down the ice, and Tran gets chased. From behind the net, the Capitals have it. They go up off the wall, stepping up on that one. Oh, sorry, the Ravens just directed towards the high slot before the Ravens get control of it. Now Macy with a pass to Tran. Tran lets that one go through, and it goes out to the half wall and in the neutral zone. Now Hamed turns it back the other way. Now the Capitals have it. Capitals go across the blue line before they fire it in. On to Macy's stick. Macy with a pass forward for Tran. Tran looking forward for her sister. Tran gets taken down. The play continues as Capitals can put it into the Ravens zone. Ravens go up the wall and out the far side, and we're going to have ice on the play. 5:33 is ticking down off the clock as the puck makes its way back to the right side of Babcock. Sear and Miguel come out for the Ravens forwards with Cabana to take the face off. Sorry, that's with Kay to take the face off. Puck is dropped, cleared to the outside. David with it. David is going to put it, reverse it on the near side. She gets some help from Miguel. Miguel up the wall, off the wall. The play goes down into the zone. Kay with some pressure on the defender. She comes in behind the net, now cuts to the middle. Play goes forward now to the outside as the Capitals are going to carry it. Play continues as the Ravens make sure that they keep it to the outside. Now the puck gets kicked forward for Kay. Kay unable to get a stick on that one. Now it comes back to the blue line. From the blue line, it's fired off of the body of Sear and over into the corner. Puck back to the blue line. Shot blocked by Miguel this time. Shot back out to the top of the circles. Now it gets by the player and into the neutral zone as the Capitals have to touch up. Capitals with a couple of moves, work it into the Ravens zone. David steps over to slow that down. Play continues on the outside, and now Ravens get it out, and now give chase. Sears after it, picked up by the Capitals defender. She reverses it up into the neutral zone on the near side. That's Karen with the puck. Karen walks her way in and takes a shot high, and Babcock makes a save. Rebound, Babcock makes that save, and now the play goes back the other way as Hernandez is off to the races. Hernandez with a bit of a breakaway. Hernandez with the moves, and she gets stopped by the goaltender as the play stops in the Capital zone. The puck or the net comes off. 3:28 remains in the second period. Clock continues to tick down. Hernandez, Cabana, and McDonald out there for the forward lines for the Ravens. Nishi and I think that's Sear, the D, who are out there. Puck comes in behind the Capitals goal line and gets held by the Ravens. Now back to the wall. Cabana unable to get a stick on that one, so that's McDonald. And now it goes all the way down ice, and we have icing on the play. 2.5 minutes remains in the game. It's our second period here as the Ravens are leading 6-0. Hernandez to take the face off. Puck is dropped. Face off one to the outside by the Capitals. They reverse it around to the near side. Nishi steps up on top of that one, and she shoots it towards the net. Now it goes out the far side. First one there is McDonald. McDonald is going to cut her way to the middle. She takes a bit of a bump there as the play ends up on the Capital stick, and now the Capitals come out with it. They try to fire it in through the defenders, and now it bounces away to behind the goal line. Capitals with it. They put it to the net. It ends up going up off the Babcock stick, and then trickling its way in to the net. And the Ravens allow one on the net. We have a 6-1 game. Tran to take the face off for the Ravens. Wing wins it back for Tran, ends up on the stick of one of the Capitals. Capitals with it now. The Capitals, they get it turned over. Tran's going to chip it to the corner. She loses her footing on this nice clean ice, and now Basquette goes to work in behind the net. Basquette tries to get it back out front, and there's a couple of black jerseys to hold it in behind. Capitals with it. They go back in behind their own net, reverse it over to the far side. Now a pass forward onto the stick of one of the Ravens. Ravens unable to control it. Now Wing with a bit of a toe drag there. Macy with it over to Basquette. Basquette in for Wing. Wing is going to pick it up. Wing cuts her way towards the net. Now a shot off of a body wide. Play continues as the puck goes in behind the goal line in the Capital zone. Now comes back out to the blue line, and we have a 2-on-1 coming back the other way. Capitals working their way in. They cut to the middle, and now a backhand towards the net. They lose Tran on that one, or don't get everything on it. Now the Ravens are going to pick it up. Tran goes up in the air and out into the neutral zone. Basquette unable to handle that one cleanly, and now the puck goes back the other way onto the stick of one of the Capitals. They cut to the outside. Shot blocked by the Ravens. Ends up in a shooting position. Bounces wide of the net as it hits a body. From the near side, the Ravens hold it in behind the net. Macy with it on her stick. Macy dumps it for Basquette. Basquette comes in to hold onto it. The Capitals try to dig it out and ends up on Macy's stick. Macy from behind the net. She's going to pass it over, looking for the near side here. Play continues, and it goes up off the wall and out into the neutral zone where it's stopped by the Capitals. They're going to fire it back in deep. It's going to go around to the far side for Maid. Maid has 3 players on her. Maid puts it in behind the net. It gets past the Capital player waiting for it. Now the Capitals, well, I think there's 4 black jerseys and only 2 white ones as the Ravens were on a change, but they come out without any goals against. And now we're going into the third period here. There'll be a minute for the coaches to go to work. We get a stoppage in play. Welcome back as we guys get set to start the third period. Shots on goal for the Capitals, 17 for the Richmond Ravens, 20. Ravens are sitting in a good position right now with a score of 6-1. Players make their way back out to center ice as Shear waits patiently for her opponent. Puck drop, face off won by the Ravens forward and fired down on net. Capitals goaltender allows play to continue as the puck goes in behind the net and over to the far side. From the far side, Ravens try to center it, ends up on the defender's stick. She fends on her pass. Now backhand off the wall and gets it out. Play continues. Shear gets it deep. Play goes in behind the goal line for the Capitals. They reverse it around to the near side. And now back the other way as McDonald waits for it. McDonald with a centering attempt ends up one to the outside, and now the Capitals have it as they work their way up ice. And it ends up on McDonald's stick. She clears it off the linesman and ends up hitting the Capital. Now Miguel with a bit of a hook on her there, and now we're going to have a penalty called against the Capitals as Miguel advanced the puck forward. 19:08 remains in the game. Ravens go to the power play for 2 minutes or less as the Capitals get penalized for hooking. Face off to the left side of the Capitals goaltender. Hernandez out to take the face off. Face off won by the Capitals. They go out to the blue line, held there by the Ravens defender who catches the puck in her hand. She shakes off a little bit of a sting there, and now the puck comes down low. Cabana on the wall. She's going to put it back to the blue line. From the blue line, it comes to Macy. Macy at the blue line. She shoots it right on. It hits a body in front and goes to the outside. Now cleared, held there though by the Ravens defender at the blue line. Now the Capitals have it. They're going to make sure they get it well over top of Maid's head so she can't glove it down this time. Ravens now with it behind the net. Ravens now looking for a place to go with it. Now the puck gets just past them. Macy's going to pick that up. Macy with it. Now over to the near side. She loses the handle on it. Now it comes back. Onto the stick of the Ravens. Basket. Basket's going to carry it out down the near side. Basket makes sure she gets it deep as the Ravens are looking to set up. Power play unit out there. Now passed out to the point. Ravens have to be careful there as it didn't quite hit the defender's stick. It got into her skate. Now it's underneath Morin. Morin has to chip it forward as she's not exactly sure where it's at. Puck takes a weird hop on Babcock. She's still got caught behind the net there, but she went out to stop it from a rim. Now the puck comes back out into the neutral zone, and Hernandez is off to the races with it. Hernandez gets into the body of one of the Capitals, and now Morin with it. Morin goes D to D. David with it. David up off the wall for Cabana. Cabana back for David. David across. Nope. David tries to put it down into the corner. There's nobody there for the Ravens as they're on the change. And the play comes all the way down ice. Babcock makes sure that she stops that one, and now she leaves it for her forward or defender coming back. Basket with it on her stick. Basket cuts across the line. Now puts it forward for Tran. Tran catches it in her feet. Now Tran loses her footing as the ref shakes his head saying that was a good, clean hockey play. Now a shot short side, saved by Babcock, comes back out front. Babcock's going to stop that one as they're going to try those sharp angles on Babcock after she let that last one in. 16:46 remains in the third period. 6-1 is the score in favor of the Richmond Ravens. Trying to take the face off for the Richmond Ravens. We're 5-on-5 here. The Ravens get it out to the point where it's shot, blocked by the Ravens defender. Now Wing with it. Wing able to get out forward for Tran, and now Tran comes up ice with it. Capitals defender gets it in her feet, and now she's able to get it to slow down the Ravens forwards. Now the Capitals go D to D, and now they come up the middle with it. Sear's going to be the first one there for the Ravens. She passes it forward for Tran. Tran, it's a little hot for her to handle. Now Tran with it. Tran fights off a check. Now a backhand towards the net, just wide. From the far side, the Capitals come up ice with it. Capitals are going to cut to the outside now. Ravens Nishi make sure she keeps from the outside. Now they walk their way in. A shot saved by Babcock off the backhand. Wing with it. Wing smartly goes in behind her own net. Now she has to double back as she's being watched. Ravens with it. Ravens now coming up ice. Sear gives it a chip off the glass and chases it in as the Ravens go for a full-scale change. Sear by herself, her centering pass on the stick of the Capitals. Kay steps up. Kay with it. Kay with a shot on net. Saved by the goalie. We got a stoppage in play with 15:34 remaining in the third period. A little bit of body contact out there, and the ref is letting them play. Miguel to take the face-off. Face-off won by the Capitals. They're going to bring it around to the near side. That gets back to the blue line where Macy has it. Macy's going to have to chip it into the far corner where there's some open ice over there. Now it comes back into the near side on a Capital stick. Capitals chip it back out to the top of the circle where Sear steps in. Now into the neutral zone. From the neutral zone, Macy steps across. Now she gets some help from Sear. Sear backhands it into the near side here. And now coming up with it is the Capitals. We have a penalty coming up to the Richmond Ravens here as they touch up. And we get a stoppage in play with 15 minutes remaining in the third period. They're calling a trip. And it's going to be against Macy. Face-off goes deep in the Raven zone. Face-off won by the Capitals. They're going to walk the blue and a shot right on. Saved by Babcock, who holds on to that one. 1 minute 55 seconds remains in the power play for the Northern Capitals. Puck is dropped. It comes back to the blue line, out to the point. Shot towards the net. Now tipped around. Shot right on. Saved by Babcock. Rebounded. Bounces around there for the Ravens. Are able to clear it out of the zone. McDonald going in after it. McDonald now putting pressure on the power play unit deep in their own zone. It ends up on McDonald's stick. McDonald's going to skate to a scoring position. Now she gets it tipped off of there. It goes back into the Raven zone. Nishi with it. Nishi goes D to D. And now down to the near side where Cabana lets it go for... It comes to the side of the net. Cabana's in after it. Capitals have it. Capitals being watched by the Ravens. Now the Capitals have to turn back as the Ravens forwards are putting pressure on. Comes over to the near side, now to the middle. From the middle, Capitals working their way up ice on the near side. Now the Capitals, with one hand, try to push off the player. Now a shot towards the net. It gets tipped just wide of the net. It goes over to the far side, now back to the point and out of the zone as the Ravens put some pressure on again. Capitals go D to D, and now up the ice, and they tip it in. Sear's going to be the first one there. So that's Nishi. She gets double teamed, but holds the puck in down low, and now it ends up on Fernandez's stick. 38 seconds remains in the power play. Now they dig it out, put it to the near side. From the near side, walking in, there's a shot. It hits a body and goes wide. Ravens get it out of the zone. As the play continues, we have 23 seconds remaining in the power play. Play one-touch pass forward, and the Ravens force the play to the outside. Now it comes back to the top of the circles. Walking in from the top of the circles, a shot high over the net. Play continues now. It gets past the defender, and now the Ravens are going to put some pressure on there. They're a little bit of a race. Ends up on the stick of the defender. Now on to Basquet's stick. Basquet leaves it for Hernandez. Hernandez puts it on net and goes for a change as the Ravens are now 5-on-5. I'll take the face off his trans. He's got Wayne and Basquet with her. Warren and David on the blue line. Puck is dropped. It goes out to the wall where the Capitals pick it up. They're going to put it around to the near side. First one there is Basquet. Basquet seals the wall off. Now she carries it deep. She loses a handle on it. Now the puck comes out into the high slot. Now the Capitals lose a handle on it. Tran puts it back looking for Morin. Morin unable to handle it cleanly off her feet and gets on the David stick. David puts it around to the near side looking for Basquet. Basquet fires it down ice, and I think we have icing on the play here. We do. 12:24 remains in the game. 6-1 is the score in favor of the Richmond Ravens. Face off will be to the left side of Babcock, deep in the Ravens zone. Trying out to take the face off. Puck is dropped. Face off won the point. Shot from the point, right on. Saved by Babcock. Rebound. Shot bounces around the blue paint and now goes out the far side. Ravens clear to the outside, now onto their stick. A couple of moves, they cut to the outside. Now they find some open ice. Wing with it, she gets it in deep, chasing it in after it. Now the puck puck bounces around behind the goal line before it ends up coming up to the top of the circle. As they chip it by the Ravens defender, and she gets some help from her teammate. Now the puck back into the Capitals' end behind the net. Puck rimmed around to the far side. From the far side, now it's back out to the middle. David fires it in. Sorry, that's Hamid fires it in. Play turns back, and now the Ravens short side shot scores. Bit of a broken play there, but Wing takes control of it. She goes backhand far side to put it in the net on the goaltender. We're 7-1. The clock has stopped, even though it should be running, and now they're going to tell them, I think, to run it again. We have 11:32 remaining in the third period. Ravens ahead, 7-1. All right, they got the clock going again, and here we go. So there's a 6-goal differential. They'll run the clock. Miguel will take the face-off, puck drop. Kay steps in. She puts it back at least to the defenders in their own zone. Sear holds the line. Now it comes back to Kay. Now over to Sear. Comes back to the blue line across, and Miguel with it. Miguel tries to go short side on the goaltender. She makes a good save there, and now the Capitals come up ice with it. Capitals carrying with some speed to the outside. She walks her way in. Now cuts to the outside, back to the middle. Held there by Miguel as she reads the play. It goes back to the blue line, held to the blue, and now a weak shot there gets back out of the zone, and the Ravens are going to be able to take control here as the Capitals have to touch up. Ravens get to center ice and chip it in deep. Now from behind the net, Kay puts some pressure on. It comes back out to the Ravens. She puts it back into the center. Now over to the corner for Kay. The Capitals put it around over to the far side looking for some open ice. First player there is Cabana. Now comes back up the ice, stepping in on that one. The Ravens keep it deep. From behind the net, Cabana centers it short side. Shot hits the goaltender in the face, and now the puck comes back the other way. Puck over the outside. Now shot well wide of the net from the far side. Ravens are the first ones there. Puck goes high in the air, ends up on Kay's stick. Kay with a little bit of room there. Kay walks her way in. Kay walks the blue. Now puts it in deep, and now she's going to go for a change. Capitals with some speed. Now they come out of their zone down the near side. Held to the outside by the Ravens. They try to cut to the middle and now go to the far side. It goes through the blue paint and now onto the stick of the Ravens who get it down ice. It comes down the near side and into the Capital zone. The defender, she's going to look for a stretch pass. Ravens read that play as David makes sure she gets a stick check on the forward. Now the Ravens Cabana have it. It's stuck in some snow in front of the players' benches, but comes across ice for McDonald. McDonald with it. Her pass across the zone, and now in after it's Tran. Tran with all the speed, she gets broke away, but she loses a handle on it on her backhand. Puck is in the corner. It comes back out to Morin. Morin stops up, and now she goes across to her D partner, David. David walks in with it. Now she's just going to backhand it deep. From behind the net, the Capitals, where Ravens walk out with it, a shot goes up over the net as it hits a body in front. Now Wing walking her way in, a shot hits the goaltender and wide of the net. Now the play continues. It comes over in behind the net. The Ravens read that, slow down the Capitals. Capitals work it up the near boards. Now walk into the Ravens zone. Good stick check there by the Ravens to keep it to the outside. Play continues as Basquette comes back to help out. She's got Morin with her and Tran as there's a pile of bodies in the corner down there. Now we get a stoppage in play. 7-1 is the score. The clock continues to tick down. Oh, we got a penalty called against the Richmond Ravens. It's going to be 2 minutes for a hit to the head, and Ravens go to the penalty kill. Face off the left side of Babcock, deep in the Ravens zone. But because it's run time, they put up 3 minutes, but then they stop the clock for some reason. So I'm sure that it's because they had to add the time to it. But now the play starts. Ravens take their time and now fire it all the way down the ice. Ravens try to beat the Capitals player to the puck. Now it goes back on the Macy's stick. She puts it back in. McDonald to go put pressure on. Puck over into the corner and now across into the near side as it works her way into the neutral zone and now down onto Macy's stick. Macy gets it out into the neutral zone. The Caps have to catch up. Capitals off the wall. Now in for Macy. Macy's going to fire it around the far side. She's unable to hold the line as Macy gets it out of the zone, and now stepping up on that is McDonald. Oh, good play there by Sears. She stops the advancing puck. Sears going to carry it to the outside and kill some time as she knows that she has no help there as the Ravens penalty killers are on the change. Now the puck comes out to the neutral zone. Tran with some speed slows down the Capitals forward. Nishi with it. Nishi on the short side. Nishi goes into the wall and now gets chipped in behind the net for Sear. Sear off the wall, and that's going to go all the way down. Minute 38 remains in the penalty to the Richmond Ravens. 7-1 is the score. The puck is in behind the Capitals net, and the Ravens are giving pressure. Kay and Tran down low and ends up coming out of the zone on the near side. Now the Capitals come in, and there's going to be a whistle on the play as the Capitals lose their neck guard. Safety first here, so there's going to be a stoppage in play as the Capitals come across the blue line. 1 minute remains in the power play for the Capitals. Faceoff should be outside the zone. Kay's going to take the faceoff. Puck is dropped. Face-off won by the Capitals. They're going to go around to the far side with it. It ends up being read by Tran. Tran gets her stick check. Now Kay comes in to help out. Tran and Kay go to work on the wall. It comes back out to the middle. Kay with a couple of stick checks there. And now the Ravens are going to fire it down deep in the zone with 33 seconds remaining to the penalized player. Capitals go out the far side. Ravens read that one. It ends up on Kay's stick. She leaves it there for Miguel. Miguel walking in with a shot that hits a body and goes wide. Miguel with it now. Miguel back to the blue line. She's going to put it over to the near side. Kay's going to step up. She just fires it back deep. He goes around for Miguel on the far side. Miguel's going to hold it down low. She gets some pressure on her as there's 3 black jerseys trying to dig it out. Now they get it out. 5 seconds remains to the penalized player. Now David has it on her stick. David's going to put it back deep, and now the Ravens are going to be 5-on-5 with 4:47 remaining in the game. Ravens Miguel puts it right out front for Morin. Morin with a shot right on, saved by the goaltender. Rebound goes underneath the goaltender as Morin picks up her own rebound and puts it underneath the goalie who was laying on the ice. 8-1 is your score. Hernandez take the face off. Face off one forward by the Capitals. They chip it deep, and Sear goes back after it. Sear from behind the net, being watched by the Capitals. They seal off the wall. Ravens step in and get it down the ice, though. Cabana puts some pressure on them, and now puck goes off of one of the players, and the Capitals put it back deep. Capitals with some speed. Put it to the corner. Play continues in behind the net now on Sear's stick. Sear finds Cabana. Cabana chips it forward. Pulled down out of the air by the defender for the Capitals, and now it goes in behind the net. Nishi being watched by 2 players. It comes back to Nishi, and now the Ravens are going to hold it against the wall. There's 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the game. Play slows down as the ref can see the puck is just in their feet. Plays now stopped as the Ravens kill about 35 seconds plus the time that ticks off the clock it takes for the Capitals to get their players on the ice. Hernandez to take the face-off for the Ravens. Puck is dropped, face-off one back. Now shot towards the net, blocked there by the Ravens. Hernandez loses a handle on it, shot towards the net. It goes out the far side. Kamana is going to be the first one there. She tries to chip it forward. The wall is sealed off by the Capitals, and now the Capitals work their way in towards the Ravens' net. From behind the net, the Ravens hold them to the outside. Now Hernandez with it. Puck goes off the wall. Cabana puts pressure on. Now the play comes to two Capitals. Short side shot, saved by Babcock, and she's going to hold on to that one. With 2 minutes and 17 seconds, she just holds it in her glove. We get a full-scale change. 8-1 is the score, and the face-off is going to be the right side of Babcock. Tran to take the face-off. Face-off won by the Capitals, ends up on the stick of the Ravens zone. I think that's Wing with it. Wing loses the handle on it. She gets stick checked, but the play now just out inside the Ravens zone. Capitals walk the blue, and now a shot. It's right on, saved by Babcock, who's going to go ahead and hold on to that one. She'll probably bury that in her gear for a second or two. Now hands it nicely to the ref. As the time ticks off the clock, 1:35 remaining in the game. Tran wins that into her feet. Now it comes back into the corner. Ravens are going to eat it in the corner. Time ticks off as the Ravens hold it to the outside. Happy to let the clock. Tran with it. Tran comes across the near side. Now over to the near. Tran on the. Her lead pass comes forward. Wing off the wall. Back for Tran. Tran overskates that, but Tran puts it over to her sister. Now down low here, they get it deep in the zone, and Tran goes to put pressure on down low. Capitals turn back in their own zone. They get it all the way down the ice, and I think that's going to be icing with 54 seconds remaining in the game. Time continues to tick down as the linesman goes to pick up the puck. Players get a full-scale change. I see Nishi and Morin out there for the defenders. Sorry, David, Miguel. Okay, back to Morin at the blue line. Shot towards the net, just wide. Now out the far side. 21 seconds remains on the clock. It goes around to the near side. Kay is in after that. Kay puts it over towards the net from the slot. Goes onto the stick of the Capitals. They're going to go down the far side. Karen with it on her stick. Ravens push her to the outside. 4 seconds remains. Now a pass out front. Goes through all the players and all the way down the ice. And that's going to do it. As the Ravens come out victorious, 8-1 is the score. Shots on goal end up being 28-27 in favor of the Richmond Ravens. All right, they're going to award player of the game for each team. I think there's a Heart and Hustle and player of the game. It's going to start with the Northern Capitals. Heart and Hustle goes to number 18, Lovell. And the player of the game goes to number 8, Parent. Ravens, Hart and Hustle goes to Miguel. Ray McDonald wins player of the game. And the Ravens come out 8-1. Hope you can join us tomorrow. I think our game's at 10:30 as we finish up this round robin. Thank you for joining us.